I would think a conservative government, the support that they do have in this area, even though this is an area that the NDP normally wins, I would think that there'd be plenty of conservatives in this area that do very well in their small businesses by United Steelworkers.
Yeah, there is. I'm sure there is. But a lot of the businesses around here do support us. They have our window signs saying they support Sudbury families and Sudbury workers. But the conservative government is a ghost right now. We don't see them. We see Stephen Harper on TV. Clement doesn't want anything to do with us. There's no concern. And it's a total disregard for working Canadians in the country. What are they going to give away next?
All right, they're also trying, explain a defined benefit pension.
A defined benefit pension is where that is negotiated between the union and the company puts into a pension plan X amount of dollars regularly, so that when an employee retires with 30 years of service, they are guaranteed a certain amount per month for the rest of their life after they retire. If the money that's invested by the company into that plan is insufficient due to a recession where stocks go down and things have to be topped up, it's the employer's responsibility to do that top up.
All right, and they want to cut this.
Yes, they want to cut it. This plan has worked for years, and in fact they've benefited from this plan, because when things go good in the world markets and in the investments, they make big profits off of the pension plan and the investments that they put into it. Now what they want to do is they want to say, we'll leave that for the people that are currently working, but for all new hires we're going to do a defined contribution plan, which talks about a certain amount of an employee's wages would go into an employee-controlled RRSP type of savings plan.
In the U.S., that would be like a 401k.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for example, when the markets go down, if somebody who is 60 years old was preparing to retire and their investments are now half of what they used to be, they can't retire. And in this type of industry, we're not in a chocolate factory here. We're in a mining plant, and these are hard jobs where bodies are worn out and punished every day. And if you're 60 years old and all of a sudden you can't retire because your investments are gone, that's not right. Our people are not investors, they're miners. We like the pension plan that we have, and that's why we bargained it that way.
A lot of people are saying that this Roger Agnelli, who appears to, I was trying to find what his salary was online last night. It's very difficult finding how much he made, but it looks like he made a lot more than the total amount of nickel bonuses that were paid out to your workers. In 1 year, he makes more than that. It appears he wants to use this strike to send a message. And it's probably not a surprise. He wants to send a message to Leo Gerard, who grew up in these mills in this town. What do you think that message is?
Well, the message is very clear. They told us a message at the bargaining table. We said, why do you want to do all of these takeaways now, when just last September, September of 2008 in Thompson, Manitoba, with our sister plants out there, you in fact gave them increases and a signing bonus. And they said, well, that's because we want to take down the big dog. We're the big union. We're the predominant mining union in North America. Right here in Sudbury, we're a very strong local, and they said, we want to take down the big dog, and from there the other dogs will follow.
Let me ask you one more question here. Tony Clement has said that the reason the government hasn't stepped in is that he thinks that Vale Inco has shared the pain with other countries, and that he doesn't see the net benefit to Canada being the bottom line, that the net benefit to Canada would still be in place if you were to concede to Vale Inco.
I can tell you that Vale Inco has not shared the pain. We were prepared to share the times with Vale. We said at the bargaining table, let's do a 3-year extension. Let's freeze everything to where it is right now for 3 years, go back to work. With the prices that are in place, this is still a very prosperous mining camp, and they said no. They are sharing the pain now that they forced us on strike, because to date they've lost over $300 million in revenue directly related to the strike, and they've spent over $200 million on security, etc., direct strike related costs. So that's the only way that they're sharing the pain.
Normally a striker gets about $200 a week right now. It appears as though they're doing everything they can to try to get some people to cross the picket line. They brought in scab workers to try to keep some operations going, and now they're taking you to court today.
Yeah, they've been playing dirty pool from day one. They're used to having their way. They're clearly a bully, and we're not accepting that. So far, all of their tactics have not worked. A handful of people have crossed the picket line, but I'd like to remind the listeners that those people used to be on staff prior to the shakeup that Valley did earlier this year. They did a bunch of layoffs and restructuring, as they call it, and those people were placed into the bargaining unit. So yeah, they have a staff mentality, and we believe there's up to 6, no more than that have crossed, and our members won't cross because they know once you do cross, you're called a scab, and you keep that term for the rest of your life.
You had to be disappointed with the Liberal government of Ontario, led by Dalton McGuinty, for not taking up the private members' bill that would have prevented replacement workers from being used in this situation.
We're disappointed, but we're not surprised. The Liberals have always went with the easiest way possible. When there's a fork in the road, they take the easiest path, the path of least resistance, and that's what they did here. Our friends are clearly the NDP, and we're going to work hard in the future to get them elected so that anti-scab is restored in Ontario.
Thanks, Myles, and we'll follow you up to the courthouse today and see what happens.
I look forward to you joining us. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.